When I think about some of those when I just editing some videos late last night with on Straightway and some of the brothers that done left versus some of the testimonies that we've seen with the brothers that are there, been 14, 15 years, some of the same period of time that Pastor Rufus, the messenger sent, Brother Ryan, probably longer than them, but in comparison to Pastor Rufus. And this for leadership, this for Pastor Dow, this for anybody trying to start a community, this for anybody starting a camp. And I heard this a while ago from a prominent pastor. There's 3 kinds of people. All right, in leadership, there's 3 types of people. As a leader, you need to really understand the 3 different types of people. The one is the comrade, and the comrade, and this even in YouTube world, this is even on the YouTube channel. The comrade, they gonna be there for the mission. They got the same enemy you have. All right, and long as y'all fighting against the same enemy, they there. They in full support. You'll see, long as if I do certain videos on certain individuals, there are certain people that's going to give me all kinds of great comment. They ain't going to comment on nothing else except the type of video I do on a particular person, because that's their enemy, that's their mission. That's a comrade. All right, comrade is in full support of, let's say it's destroying Pastor Dow. Let's say it's destroying TD Jakes, Geno Jennings. Anytime you do a video, because they have some kind of offense that done happen, or they so invested in something, whatever the case may be, they, if you doing it, and you going, or Esau, you going against them, man, we going against them. Then you have all right, that's the comrade. But once you done, you do something else. You're like, I ain't gonna make no more videos on, so they're not gonna be there. All right, they just comrades. Don't get it twisted and put a comrade somewhere and get your feelings hurt. A comrade somewhere they not supposed to be. You got to understand that that's a comrade, and they just gonna be there, and you got to treat them as so. They gonna be there just for that particular purpose. Don't be trying to bring a comrade and try to get him any personal information about yourself. You don't deal with a comrade. You don't tell a comrade your secrets. You don't tell a comrade your flaw. You don't confide in a comrade. Then there's a constituent. A constituent. And it's a kind of a, that, they're more about the mission. What's the mission? And if, for instance, just because these next couple of videos going to be on Straightway, y'all. The mission is to get out of Babylon to start community living. That's a constituent. All right. Now, constituent, long as you're doing that mission, they're down for you. You building, you're doing you're doing certain things that you're supposed to be doing. They're going to be there with you, and be down with the mission. All right. They'll be down with the mission. But if you do something wrong, if they catch you in a lie, or they catch you misappropriating, they're gone. The constituents are gone. You don't confide in no constituent either. All right, say y'all on a mission to help the children in Africa. All right, they down with you. Y'all buddies, or even at work. You may have a constituent at work. Y'all work the same job. Y'all at work. Y'all kicking the bobo. But you don't let them too much in your business. After work is over, the relationship is over. After the mission, the relationship. Once the mission is complete, the relationship is over. I ain't really like that joker anyway. Or his wife. The mission's over. Okay? Once the mission's over, the constituents is done. That relationship is done. And if it's lifelong mission, it's a lifelong mission, but you're still constituents. You can't let them get that. And if they see you do something wrong, they will pack up and leave. If they see that you're not getting to the mission the way they need to get to the mission, you're not moving fast enough, or you're moving too fast. If they start losing trust and you completing the mission, the constituent will leave. If it ain't growing fast enough, the constituent will leave and start the mission over and start it with somebody else. Constituent, it has a little loyalty, a little more loyalty than the comrade, but not as much. This is not a lifelong individual. Not gonna be there the whole time with you. Just there for the mission. Comrade, just there because y'all have the same enemy. And you know, as long as once you make friends with that enemy, comrade gone. Constituent gone once the mission is completed. Once the job is over, or once you mess around and do something that the constituent don't like, or offense come, constituent ain't gonna stay there. He's not gonna take too many offenses. He's not gonna take too much setbacks. You find somebody else to complete the mission with. They're loyal to the mission. Constituents are loyal to the mission. They're not loyal to you. And then finally, we have the comrade. And the comrade is someone who is loyal. All right, someone's there for the mission, there because you got the same. It don't matter who enemy it is. The comrade, the confidant is there. You can confide in the confidant because no matter what you do, the confidant is going to stay. No matter how much abuse, no matter how many offenses come, the confidant is going to stay. The confidant will lie for you. It's one of the things we've seen. I seen in these videos where Pastor Rufus was saying that, I ain't gonna say he lied, but he suggested something that was suggested by someone else. He suggested it like he came up with it, but it was really Pastor Dow that came up with it. But Pastor Rufus was a confidant. Pastor Dow, he constantly says, man, I know stuff. I can't put that stuff. I ain't gonna put that stuff out. He was a confidant. He was someone that Pastor Dow could confide in. And told some of and shared some of his dark moments. He could trust him. He could ask him to do certain. He could ask him to lie for him, and he would do it. And the point of me saying all of this, right? The point of me sharing this, again, the confidant's gonna be loyal, for a lifetime. All right, long as you don't just grab at the last straw. Or like was done to, if Elder Rufus wasn't put out, he'll still be there. He'll probably be there, a confidant for Pastor Dow the rest of his life. But Pastor Dow is the one that turned on him and severed the relationship. And my message is, you only get a confidant just once or twice in a lifetime, if you lucky. If you lucky. And when I see the testimonies, you don't get another one. You don't have another one. Some of these brothers, man, like the Messenger Sin and Brother Ryan, brothers, these are strong spirited brothers, man. These brothers are, the Elder Rufus, these brothers are they're leaders. They have leadership qualities. They have leadership attributes. They could have been guided and been loyal, maybe constituents. You know, I don't think was a brother Ryan at the War Sheep, and I forget the other brother's name. But the messenger sent. I don't think they're not confidants, but they're constituents. I would say they're constituents. Once the offense came, you know, and it wasn't checked, you know, brothers got out of there. And then I forget what happened with the brother Ryan. But they're there for the mission. They wasn't there for the whole ride. And that's, you know, I'm just saying that, you know, and anybody can glean from this if you're going into leadership. And sometimes it ain't even really, leadership ain't even something you go into. You know, it's just something that ends up happening to you. Well, that's how it did me. You know, the brothers weren't trying to be no leader. We weren't trying to be a camp. We just wanted to, because nobody really wanted to take that responsibility. Understanding what that responsibility, understanding that you are a slave, you are a servant. You got the keys to the building. You got to be the one that opened the building up, no matter who teaching. Who want to do that? Who want to do that, man? And that go back to, you know, that old One West where they were saying Masha. It was Masha Yaakov. No, brother Yaakov. Elder Yaakov, Ariel's father. They used to open that door up, and, you know, you have all these keys. You know, he got to be the first one there every time. And say he rarely taught, you know, but, you know, every now and then he would teach, but most times he in there every time, every class. You don't get to choose. Oh, I ain't gonna go there. No, you got to go in there. You got to be there. You got to be there. No matter who show up, you got to be there. Confidants, constituents, comrades. And when you have your YouTube channel, you got to understand, you know, who's there for you just for the enemy, a comrade. And, you know, you don't want to give a comrade administration. You don't want to give a comrade what they be giving these folks when they had them wrenches. And they can block people, because they're gonna be blocking people. They're gonna be blocking the enemy for no reason. They're just gonna be blocking them. Enemy say something, they're gonna be having all kinds of fights in the comments, just, you know, blocking, you know, just blocking people and muting people and doing all kinds of stuff, man, because they're so few. They're so few by the enemy. But I pray this thing was edifying, man. And understand that don't mistreat. If you got a confidant, don't mistreat your confidant. You know, and I was saying that earlier with some of the testimonies. I don't see that with those brothers. Now, I do feel there are still one or two brothers there, but I think they're more constituents that are strong, that they have a leadership presence to them. I think even Kabir has a leadership presence to him. It just needs to be a little more refined. And Kabir could be a confidant, but you have to sit down and you have to work, and you need to build him up. And yeah, you have to spend some time with him, build him up. You need to really take him under your wing. You need to get him closer. He too far from you. I forget that other. Which is it? Is it Brother Mir? Brother Mir has leadership. It seems like he has certain leadership attributes. But he's not a confidant. He's a constituent. You know, he want his own thing. Anybody want their own thing like that? They trying to do their own thing, and you ain't really got them plugged in, you know. And you know. And it's just my opinion. My opinion means absolutely nothing. I just wanted to share that with y'all. before I release these videos. In my commentary on some of these vids that we about to rock out with. I pray this thing was edifying. Y'all be blessed. We'll see you on the next one.